Hey tennis friends, I'm here at the top of the walkway of the main entrance at the 2012 BNP Paribas Open. You know, a lot of people come down here and they get their tickets for the finals weekend, but I need to encourage you to come down to the earlier rounds. There's so much more happening because you see, at finals weekend you only get to see a handful of the players, but if you come down during the early rounds, most of the players are still here because once they lose their matches, they don't stick around and hang out and do any more practicing. They either go home or they move on to the next tournament. So the best way to experience this tournament is to come down during the earlier rounds.
Sometimes I like to feature just one half of the court so you can appreciate the preparation and footwork. Right now on court 5, let's watch Poland's Ursula Radwanska as she's in a third set tiebreak with Serbian Bohana Jovanovski. They switch sides, I'll give equal time to Bohana Jovanovski.
And if you forget to go to bnpparibasopen.com, download and print your own draw sheet, that's all right, because they have information booths here where you can buy a daily draw sheet for $2 or an event program for $10. Showing up to the early rounds is so great because there's so much activity happening out on the practice courts. Look how close these people are to the action. They're sitting on the lower step, which means their feet are actually on the court right now as there's a scrimmage going on between Marcos Baghdatis and Nikolai Davydenko.
Right now there's women's doubles actions on Stadium 7 with Megan Shaughnessy at the net in the near court and Bethany Mattek-Sands serving. She's serving to Yan Zi and her partner Elisa Klibanova.
Even with all the new electronic scoreboards that they have around the grounds, it's nice to see that they still have the old-fashioned draw board here so that you can see who's coming up and who gets to play who next. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of matches that have already happened. And that's why it's so important to get down here to the early rounds and see the action of some of the players that you've only heard a little bit of, and some of the players that are on their way up or some on their way down, but they might be your favorite player. So go online now to bnpparibasopen.com, get your tickets, come down here for the early rounds, and I'll see you next time with a lot more tennis outside the lines.